down the cryptocurrency rabbit hole. This channel is my fumbling attempt to communicate myself outside my own head about my journey in the crypto space. It is basically my brain dump. None of this is actual financial advice. Good morning, everybody. I'm Eureka John, and you're at Eureka Street Crypto Podcast, Hub, Show, whatever you want to call it. It is February 14th, 2022. It is Valentine's Day. I gave the obligatory flowers to my kids and got a plant for my wife because she likes plants. She doesn't like flowers because they just die. So, yeah. And I did that yesterday before I got on the road, and there was like 5 other husbands, guys, whatever in there, all kind of uncomfortably looking around the flower aisle and just, they really like to jack up those flower prices this time of year, but it is what it is. Anyway, so this is my crypto video blog, and every single day, well, not every single day lately, I've been kind of chilling out on that because I've had a lot of other stuff to do. But for over a year, and ever since October 24th, 2020, I've been broadcasting, documenting my process in this crypto space. And it's been an interesting ride. I've said a lot of, I've discovered a lot of cool things. I've found a lot of cool projects. I've learned a buttload about crypto and blockchain and consensus mechanisms and cryptography, game theory, psychology, philosophy. You think about questions like economics and finance too. I do not have a finance background at all, and I got into crypto, and I didn't even know what a T-bill was, for instance, or a stock option or anything like that. So I've been going from the ground up and all this stuff, and it's been a really fun ride. I met a lot of cool people along the way. When I first started on October 24th, 2020, I just flipped on a camera, and that was it. Now I'm sitting here in a hotel in Denver, about to go to ETH Denver, and I'm doing the live streaming for DAO Denver, which is a mini conference 2 days before ETH Denver. So it's been really cool. I joined a DAO formerly called Daoists. Now it's called DAO Planet. And somebody in there was just like, it'd be really cool to, have a little get together before, ETH Denver. And for all of those who are going to ETH Denver, I wasn't planning on going to ETH Denver at the time or anything like that. But then it turned into, let's have a party. Let's rent out a space. First it started as let's get a ski lodge, and everybody just kind of go hang out together. Then let's rent a space near ETH Denver and have like a little meetup. And then now it's like turned into DAO Denver, and there's sponsors. They had ticket sales at first, but then we learned that it kind of goes contrary to what ETH Denver was about. So we're getting sponsors, which there's a juice box campaign going on where you can donate and you'll get the token when we tokenize our community, and it'll help us reimburse the ticket money back to the people that bought tickets if we can get enough sponsors. So I found myself getting involved in all that stuff, and that's a far cry from just October 24th, 2020 of just flipping on a camera on YouTube because I didn't know anybody in crypto, and I didn't have anybody to talk about it to, and I didn't want to bother my wife and my friends and my coworkers and everybody about, this blockchain technology, this cryptocurrency that just seemed so far-fetched to everybody. Now, 2 years later, we're having crypto ads in the Super Bowl. Did those crypto ads make as much of an impact as we thought that they would? That is a question, because I was thinking that possibly crypto.com, for instance, is like real high up on their marketing, and I believe they bought the Staples Arena, the naming rights to it. Staples Center, is it the crypto.com center now? Maybe so, but there's the FTX exchange that bought the Miami Heat Arena in Miami. There's crypto's becoming totally mainstream. NFTs have been on Saturday Night Live. All the celebrities are buying these Bored Ape yachts and crypto punks for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars right now. Kind of makes the average working schlep like me I don't get irritated about it, but I can see how, you just see these, extremely wealthy celebrities and stuff just throwing around like, triple what I make in a year at my regular old grind job, just because they want to buy a JPEG, So, and when you put it down to that, and that's started a lot of controversy and a lot of, this whole idea of, wait a second, these people have that type of money, like triple my salary in a year just to throw down because one morning, because they feel like they want a JPEG. So they can be part of the in crowd with all their friends. And that's really what a lot of the crypto punks and the Bored Apes really are. It's not necessarily about like owning this piece of art. It's kind of a way to show your membership to some kind of exclusive club. So I don't know, man. You do you, and that's is what it is. But yeah, so let me get over here to CoinGecko. Let's take a look and see where the crypto prices are. I have not looked today, so this is the spirit of the show. You just kind of going along this crypto ride with me. So whenever I am just looking up stuff, and I listen to podcasts. And yesterday I drove from Austin, Texas, all the way to Denver, Colorado, nonstop. I just stopped 2 times to get gas, and that's it, man. And I got in last night around like 10:25 is what time I got in, and I left at about 9:40, I think. Something like that. Maybe about 10:20. Yeah, and I left about 10:25 in the morning. Yeah, 10:25 in the morning. And I got here at 10:25 at night, and then there's that 1 hour time change. So let's take a quick look at this crypto market. Let's see where we are on a Monday morning, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Okay, so Bitcoin's at $42,582.53. Ethereum is down below 3,000 again at 2,943.67. Binance Coin 401.75. Okay, so most everything's kind of in the red right now. And I noticed that yesterday when I was driving up here. I look at crypto prices and drive sometimes, but I have that little thing on my dashboard, the little thing that holds my phone, and I dictate into the phone my commands. And so let's see, XRP 80 cents, Cardano $1.05, Solana, nothing really like significant happening. Polkadot's down by 14% at 1872. Solana's down 0.2%. So not quite the reaction I thought we'd have. Crypto.com is up 7 days, but it's down 5.5%. I don't know what kind of Super Bowl ads that they had for crypto. So if you guys know, I'm going to have to look that up and see what was going on with the Super Bowl crypto ads. And like really, there are a lot of people driving through no man's land between Austin, Texas, all through West Texas, up through New Mexico, and through Southern Colorado. You realize that a lot of those people just don't concern themselves with the Super Bowl, and I mean, I went through one town and I started smelling something, and I was like, oh no, man, this transmission problem is catching up with me. This sucks. I'm in the middle of like, was it? I can't remember the name of the town. It's like way just before the New Mexico border, up north past Amarillo, Dalhart, Texas. I was like, dude, I smell. I hope this is not my engine. And so I was like, man, okay. So and then I rolled down the window to see if I could possibly smell smoke come out. And then I realized the entire town smelled like cow poop. And so how this relates back to crypto is that entire town, their focus is on the rodeo and things like that, and livestock. And there are tons of people out there that could not give 2 rats' asses about the Super Bowl. And I think we overplay it a little bit. And so I did end up buying like $100 worth of Crow tokens just to see if there would be some price appreciation. And it's probably, I think smart at this stage in the game to maybe, not financial advice. I'm not like shilling anything, and I'm not trying to teach you anything with this podcast. I'm just talking crypto. But because, I don't want to just like bother my friends and family with it. But yeah, it's 48 cents. I mean, honestly, I have a lot of other Crow token that I've had for a while, since it was about 12 cents. So I'm doing pretty well on it. And I have it in their DeFi wallet. They have their main centralized wallet, and then they have a DeFi wallet that they've created with their own separate crypto.com Crow blockchain, CRO blockchain. And so that you get to hold the keys to your crypto on that. So that's the difference that I kind of need to emphasize to new people. And this podcast, really, I tried to gear it towards trying to explain some of these concepts to new people. As you have your centralized exchanges. That's crypto.com, that's FTX exchange, that's Coinbase, that's Binance. Anything you do on there, they hold the keys to your crypto. They can shut down the exchange. Coinbase has been notorious for it. Anytime there's been like some kind of major spike in price, or there's a lot of activity, suddenly Coinbase is down, and maybe about a year and a half ago or something like that, or a year ago, it was like clockwork. Anytime that Bitcoin moved greatly, then suddenly he'd be like, yep, about time for Coinbase to go down, so yeah, so that's centralized exchanges. And where was I going with that? Yeah, crypto.com has their centralized exchange, but they also have a DeFi wallet that you can download. You get to hold the keys to that. You write it down on the piece of paper. Make sure you always write your keys down on a piece of paper. Do not store them on Notepad on your laptop or on your desktop, and don't take a picture of the private keys with your phone. And I've been guilty of that. I've been like, okay, I'm just right now out and about. I just need to set up a wallet real quick. I'm going to take a picture of this with my phone, and I swear I'll delete it. And then I'll find like 3 weeks later, I'll be going through my photos and there are those private keys, the seed phrase. I'm like, man, okay. So then I finally write it down, and then I delete the photo. But I've been guilty of that too. So don't, I ain't judging, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, crypto.com did not go up as much as I thought it would. Are there any like major gainers in the top like 100 tokens? And the Leo token, that's associated with that whole Bitfinex hack and those two crazy celebrities that are busted right now for allegedly stealing $3.6 billion worth of Bitcoin from the Bitfinex hack that happened in 2016. And I believe it was like 94,000 Bitcoin or 74,000 Bitcoin at the time that was stolen. And they've managed to now trace it back to these two individuals. When you look at these two individuals, you'd be like, how are these people, these masterminds behind it? But I did find out that it's a couple. It's a married couple. Ilya something, I can't pronounce his last name right now. And then Heather Morgan. And Heather Morgan wrote the book on social engineering. And if you don't know what social engineering is, it's kind of a way to hack something, but it's not done through, shadowy super coding. It's social engineering. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Social engineering is, hold on, let's see here. I'm found myself a coin hunt and the wiki. Hold on, wrong wiki. I got to go to social. Oops, not SoCal. So social engineering is like the whole idea of convincing somebody, like here's an example, convincing somebody that you are a part of a security team, or walking in some place and kind of acting like the cock of the walk, and using psychology to convince somebody that you're not, and then trying to get yourself in through credentials and stuff like that. So here's social engineering, 6 key principles: authority, intimidation, consensus, social proof, scarcity, urgency, familiarity, liking, and 4 social engineering vectors: vishing. Okay. So yeah, this is I'll link this in the description, but it's basically a way to fish, and that's fish with a PH. And you might get a DM on Telegram. You might ask to be your friend, and they start buttering you up, and they social engineer you to end up to where you trust them for you to give them their private keys. So it's basically just being a con artist. So let's see here. Some of these key features, 6 key principles. In social engineering, the attacker may pose as authority to create the likelihood of adherence from the victim. They might use intimidation, potentially disguised, informs or implies that there will be negative consequences if certain actions are not performed. Consequences could include subtle intimidation phrases such as "I'll tell your manager," to much worse. So Heather Morgan, basically, she wrote an entire book on social engineering. So when people say, oh, well, she's just some goofy female rapper, that if you just Google her, Razzlecon, this Razzlekhan, on YouTube, you will find her goofy rap. And to me, like I said a couple episodes ago, it kind of reminds me kind of like a new female hipster Weird Al Yankovic. I don't think what she's trying to do is actually serious. I mean, some people would kind of like, ugh, but it's definitely what the kids call cringe nowadays, so yeah, it's pretty cringy, and you look at it, but I think that she's kind of just being dumb, I don't know how, but either way, whatever, she's the social engineer, right? She wrote the book on it. And I think that she's smarter than people give her credit for, her and her husband. So maybe she could have come out with a $3.6 billion in the hack, but I mean, she stayed in New York City, she's a pretty high profile person. Her and her husband are, writing for magazines like Forbes and Inc., being a female rapper and all this stuff, taking, rowdy, spicy photos and videos of herself and just goofy antics. I mean, it's in the public eye. People are, and they stored the private keys on an Amazon Web Service cloud service. I mean, maybe sometimes the most obvious, the best hiding place is sometimes out in the open, like the social engineer your way into being the least likely candidate for something. I don't know, but either way, they got busted. I can't remember how I got on that topic. But let me show you an example of social engineering here on Twitter. There's this thread that I bookmarked. It's a pretty interesting story, and it's about how somebody kind of got conned. Let me see here. Let me go to my bookmarks, and let's see here. Okay, this is Thomas G.eth, and I don't know who this is, but it's an interesting thread that I kind of stumbled upon. And let's see here. Okay, so let me just check, make sure the stream is okay. All right, we're good. Okay, so he says, for the past 2 weeks, I've been targeted in an extremely thorough social engineering scam that nearly cost me all my Ethereum. I'm super lucky to have made it through unscathed. And here's the story. Okay. All right, first, a quick background. I'm the founder of Arrow, a DAO working to build open source VTOL aircraft and air taxi protocol. We are still fairly early stage in forming the team. We're open to contribution and don't turn anyone away if they're excited to help. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, this user Heckshine joins the Discord and introduces himself. He's currently working at Ubisoft and offers to help with 3D design and animation. The message seems a little strange, but I just attribute it to a language barrier. So, why would somebody with these amazing 3D design and animation skills want to come in and just help? Like that's just, usually people want to get paid for their efforts and stuff like that. However, this is a new space. I mean, this is the crypto space. This is the DAO space. And like I said in my last episode, I believe this is a space that is kind of leveling the playing field for a lot of people. Like for instance, myself, I'm getting into live streaming and broadcasting and stuff like that. Just a few years ago, without the crypto space being involved, it would have been extremely difficult for a guy like me to get involved and to be able to learn from the people that I've been learning from, who are high professionals in this field. But because we have crypto and the DAO in common, I'm able to meet in the DAO and learn some very niche skills in the AV industry that I would normally not get to learn unless I was already working for some AV company like that. So that's what crypto does. It lays the playing field. So this may be a reason why somebody you would think that has these really good 3D design and animation skills would want to come in, because everybody is kind of joining DAOs right now. They're interested in the space from all walks of life and skill levels. Anyway, so Heckshine also has a friend that is really passionate about VTOLs and working on a metaverse project. Her brother-in-law is a VP at Boeing. Wow, what a connection. Okay, and it shows the little quote of the messages, as proof and all that. So over the next few days, Heckshine starts working on various animation projects for Arrows. He designs a really neat animated version of the hero image for our website and begins working on some aircraft renderings. We're all super impressed by his dedication to the project. All right, and then number 5. While this is happening, Heckshine also reaches out to his friend Lynn. She's apparently interested in Heckshine And Heckshine asked me to send her an email. From what he has told me, Lynn seemed like a great connection, and it shows their little Discord exchange right here. Okay, so Lynn gets back to me with a very thoughtful email. She tells me a bit about her Metaverse project, Space Falcon. I'm not really sold on it, but I'm not really an NFT person, so I didn't have any reason to think it was a bad idea. I mean, Space Falcon, but I mean, there's tons of goofy ass NFT projects out there. I'm not really into NFTs either. If somebody were to sit here and show me like this entire, like, write paragraphs about it and then possibly show me websites and stuff like that, and here's looks like there's a white paper attached and all that, I tend to believe them. Like I'm gullible. So anyway, she also tells me a bit more about her connection with Boeing/Whisk and offers some thoughts on Arrow. She seems eager to help with a potential partner for us. The tone of the email is a little strange, but I assume it's also just the language barrier. So number 8, Lynn and I move the conversation over to Discord. We talk more about our backgrounds and end up deciding that she can best help out as an advisor. She offers to provide guidance and advice all around what would work well regarding partnerships for us. I'm excited for the support. And sure, anybody who's forming a DAO right now in this space, to get people excited about DAOs, that's what we're all trying to do. It's what DAO Denver is about, to educate and get evangelize DAOs and stuff in a way. So yeah, you're excited. You get excited when people also seem stoked about it. So 9, she then tells me more about Space Falcon. It's kind of like Eagle Fang, Cobra Kai. Seems kind of like a get-rich-quick scheme. But again, that's kind of how I see a lot of NFTs. With all that she's doing for Arrow, there's no harm in showing a little support and everything right now. I mean, there are so many get-rich-quick schemes out there right now. It's really hard to sift through. So you kind of have to spend a little time sometimes in get-rich-quick schemes until you're either like, okay, this is legit, or, oh, yeah, I think I'll pull back a little bit. But you have to kind of jump in a little bit to really determine, because some of them are really difficult to figure out. Okay, so number 10, Space Falcon used something called Armstrong wrapped ether. Okay, I don't really get it, but I don't bother to do the research. Apparently, users will have to lease the NFTs, and it can provide some passive income to the holders. I tell her that it sounds neat to keep me updated. And there are some other type of projects where you can lease out your NFTs, or you can lease an NFT. For instance, Human DAO. You can, if you are somebody that does not have a lot of money, enough money to buy into an Aavegotchi, an Axie Infinity. Sorry, if you are somebody like, for instance, in the Philippines right now, they have a program, Human DAO partnership, where people are they're renting these NFTs, these Axie Infinity NFTs, to be able to play the game. And then the person that owns the NFT takes a cut of the winnings. And so it's kind of a mutual partnership. And then, when people earn enough, they can buy their own NFTs, and then, All right. So that's kind of how that works. So it's not unheard of. All right. So, and then number 11, somewhere in here, I actually look up Space Falcon. I've never heard of it, but it seems like a fairly popular gaming project on Solana. I see Lynn's name on the team tag. Lynn and I agree to stay in touch, and I move on to other things. Yeah, and then a lot of the space, there's so much coming at you, you don't have time to examine every single little thing. So for the next 10 days or so, Heckshine is active in Discord every day. He puts out some high quality renderings. They're not particularly airworthy, but he's super excited to be helping, and I figure we'll improve with some iterations. And who knows? I mean, maybe Heckshine did not even know anything about, that it's potentially going to be social engineering and a scam. Maybe he's just some innocent person that got hired on to be a 3D artist. I mean, I can see that happening. Trust me. Okay, so number 13, I can't overstate how committed and authentic Heckshine has seemed through this entire process. We're super aligned on vision, and I'm feeling great that he's so enthusiastic about what we're working on. Yesterday is when things started to get really crazy. Heckshine and I had been DMing back and forth for a while about the design for our V1 aircraft. He gets the entire configuration, and he's ready to get started on a rendering when he gets up in the morning. Number 15, as we're wrapping up, Lynn reaches back out to me with some crazy exciting news. She's going on a tour of the Whisk facility and has invited me to go along with the team. She includes a screenshot of the email thread with Sebastian, who is actually a VP at Whisk. Okay. So there's the screenshot as proof. In hindsight, this is kind of absurd. I had no reason to think that any of this wouldn't be real. We set a date for the trip, and Sebastian is going to get back with me with a formal invite over email. I'm pumped and incredibly grateful to Lynn for setting this up. I mean, that is kind of a dream if you're really into that type of aircraft, and then to be connected with people at Boeing who can help you make that actually happen. Besides, yeah. So anyway, 17. This is when Lynn mentions that their staking app has launched. For the NFTs that I was telling you about. She offers to send me the NFT. At this point, testing out the app is the least that I can do. Yeah, so all right. I ask her to send it to my hot wallet, but she sends it to my primary because it's so valuable, right? No big deal, right? She sends me some instructions on the staking app. So a hot wallet is just kind of this throwaway wallet that you use. I have a lot of different MetaMask accounts. I have accounts with, Rainbow Wallet, Trust Wallet, my Ether wallet, with Math Wallet, all types of stuff. And sometimes I just use one of these rando MetaMask addresses just as a quick transfer through, instead of using the one where I hold a bunch of stuff like POAPs and, NFTs and, stuff like that. So anyway, this is when Lynn mentions that they're staking it. All right, we read that one. So number 18, she sends me some instructions on the staking app. The site seems fine, and it has prompts for 3 transactions: the NFT approval, a token approval for the Armstrong wrapped ETH, and a stake function. The token approval seems a little strange, but I don't hold it, so I don't worry. Okay. So you got to watch out for these token approvals in MetaMask. You got to read, and you got to learn to read about token approvals. That's where they'll get you. So anyway, now here's where I got incredibly lucky. Since it's a new project, I decided to move the NFT to a fresh Ethereum address before going through the staking process, just in case they get exploited down the road or something. The stake goes through and I'm earning yield on it. And you always want to check a project you want to check the smart contract on their project and see if they've been audited, see what the code looks like and stuff like that. All right. And this guy was smart. He moved it to just a fresh Ethereum address because if he approves something, there could be some bad code in there that will approve everything in his wallet. So I let Lynn know that I'm staked and that it was easy. She offers to send me one of the other NFTs, but she wants me to stake it on my main account to help them with their growth. A little annoying, but I'm fine with it. I let Lynn know that I'm going to read through the contracts before I stake it on my main account, and she starts getting pushy. This is when I finally realized that something sketchy is going on. Yeah, they don't want you reading the actual smart contract. And all you got to do is copy and paste the smart contract in MetaMask to Etherscan, and then you can look at the contract. And there are plenty of videos out there, and I will go through one of these. I actually made one of these videos called Smart Contract Literacy with Bankless DAO, and that goes through on how to read some of this stuff. But I'll save that for another episode. But that's when he finally realizes when something sketchy is going on. Number 22. So I pull up the Etherscan for the new address where I stake the first NFT, and my blood goes ice freaking cold. The AWETH that I approved was not Armstrong Ethereum, but rather Aave's AWETH on my main address. Almost all of my ETH is sitting in Aave. At this point, I ghost the scammers, and they eventually start deleting all their Discord messages. As some sort of the final attempt, she sends me 0.2 Ethereum to cover gas fees and asks for the NFTs back. That's a little ridiculous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Not sure what the logic is with that, is what he says. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I dig further into the contract, and I almost approved to spend my AWETH, and I find this truly terrifying function. This is where the scammers would have been able to transfer any amount of AWETH that's wrapped Ethereum on Aave out of my account. I'm at the limit for this thread. Stand by for part 2. Okay, so, and then here's a number 25. As I continue poking through the scammer's address on Etherscan, I eventually find the source of their funds, 100 ETH Tornado Cash deposit. These guys were incredibly well-funded and super smart. If you don't know what Tornado Cash is, it's kind of just this mixer that helps to keep transactions and wallet destinations and all that stuff anonymous. It's a way to anonymize your transactions and to hide wallets activity. So it's a way to launder, basically. So not that I do any of that. I don't. But yeah. But Tornado Caches is actually a legit cool app to help with privacy, which is, super important, especially right now in this political climate. Anyway, so I won't get into that. Anyway, so I assume that they hired a 3D design contractor that was putting out Heckshine's work. They also built, or maybe Heckshine was hired, and didn't know who he was working for because he was just a 3D guy. I don't know, but they had also built custom contracts, and the front end are entirely specific to this scam, as I can tell. And what about Space Falcon? That seems super legit, right? As far as I can tell, it's a real project on Solana. The real project is using the spacefalcon.io domain, and where the scammers somehow acquired .com. So the Lynn that I've been interacting with is probably just an imposter, the real Lynn working on the real Space Falcon. Okay, what are the takeaways? Token approvals can be super dangerous. That is absolutely correct. I'm always going to be extremely cautious with them going forward. It makes sense to always put a cap on approvals when you can. Yes, and there is a little function in MetaMask, and periodically you should probably go through and delete these open approved websites. It's smart, just to cover your tracks in that way. And let's see here. Scammers are getting smarter. Before now, the best scam I really encountered is, "Hi, this is tech support. Can you please share your private key so we can help?" And usually find those in Telegram, and they try to hit you up on Discord and stuff like that. Usually they jump into Discord groups, and the community spots them, and everybody immediately kicks them out, and everybody screams because they end up trying to use the @everyone tag in Discord or @here tag, and that tags everybody. And people catch on to those real quick. But this is a crazy one. And then he says, "Oh my God, bet you feel relieved." Okay, no, that's sorry, similar looking icon. Yeah, so somebody said, "Oh my God, I bet you feel relieved and sick at the same time. Today I bought two something NFTs direct off the project website through my MetaMask, only to be told that they had actually sold out 6 hours ago." Anyway, whatever. So that's social engineering for you. I mean, that is what social engineering is about. You have to be careful about imposters. And then back to the couple, Heather Morgan and Ilya, Heather and Ilya Razokhan, that we're holding that $3.6 billion worth of stolen Bitcoin. She wrote the book on social engineering. They might not be the sharpest tacks in the drawer as far as like how to store and launder all that stuff, but maybe they were masters on how to acquire and to social engineer their way into that Bitcoin, so people say there's no way that they could have been the hackers, but they have this idea of hacker in their mind of this person, like a hoodie over their head, just like the standard image, like Elizabeth Warren was trying to say, shadowy supercoder. No, they don't always look like that. They can come in the form, of a goofy looking couple, So yeah, you never know. You never know what you're going to get. So always expect the unexpected. Anyway, that was kind of just my little, hey, what's up? Datagram of visuals. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. Broadcasting live from, well, I normally say Leander, Texas, but I'm not in Leander, Texas, but I say Leander. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I digress. I am going to call it a day. I have a long day ahead of me. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow the DAO Denver event. If you are in Denver or Ethereum Denver, you should go check out DAO Denver. Let me go to this website, DAOdenver.org, right here. This is it. It's not too late to jump in. It's going to be at the Temple Bar in downtown Austin. Look at that venue. It's a total like Miami style, or Berlin, just like, Chrome Shirt Club vibe. But, that seems like a really cool venue for what's going on here. So lots of really cool speakers, including Charles Hoskinson as well. So, he jumped on last minute. That's yeah. So even Frog Monkey from Bankless DAO is going to be there too. So yeah. And you can contribute to this by, let's see here. The Juicebox DAO is having a fundraiser for this, so we can make it free for everybody. And right here, Juicebox, community funding for people and projects, and reimburse everybody that bought tickets, because in the spirit of ETH Denver, we want to kind of, flatten it out and make it available for everybody. here, and right, it should be in trending projects. Yeah, number 3, Dow Denver, right there. So go to juicebox.money. And it's kind of like a Kickstarter, but a decentralized version. If those truckers in Canada, they got the government, God, man, GoFundMe was going to take their funds, and regardless of what you think about all this trucker convoy, what side you're on or whatever, they were going to take those funds that people donated to the truckers and give them to other charities, the ones that they thought were right, which is probably not the same charities that the people donating to the trucker convoy would have wanted to donate to, So, I mean, regardless of what you think, this does nothing but just scream a case for crypto, and for decentralization. The fact that some centralized entity can take your money and cancel at best cancel your donation, and at worst reroute them to donate to charities and organizations that they think it should go to. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And the fact that they're able to cut that off, I'm sure is a huge reason for crypto and Bitcoin and use case. So, because nobody is allowed to cut that off for you in the crypto world. Yeah. So I think that they kind of pulled the rug and pulled the curtain back a little too soon on all this, and they exposed themselves whenever they cut off the funding for GoFundMe, and they showed the world what they're doing. And they also showed an amazing use case for cryptocurrency. So at the same time, so there's always a silver lining to this stuff. All right. Well, that being said, you guys have a good day. And let me go into here. I will give my outro screen. And I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow morning. All right. Bye. Thank you for making it to the end of this program. If you actually like this content, give a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more, just hit the subscribe button. I'm available on YouTube, Odyssey, and BitChute, and on all the major podcasting platforms in audio version. Spotify specifically. If you would like to follow and leave a review, that would help a lot. I am also available on Twitter at EurekaJohn1. That's EUREKA John, JOHN, and the number 1. My DMs are always open. Feel free to shoot me a message. Thanks again.